Hey, this is ForeGolf Custom, and today we're looking at the EvnRoll ER10 Outback Putter. Here's a quick stat for you. The tour average for consistency of launch direction is about 0.5 degree, 0.5 of a degree. That means tour players, on average, have their putter consistently aimed 0.5 degree off target. For an amateur, if we get that to about 1 degree, you will hold more putts over 15 feet. That's guaranteed. We think we might have found one of the best putters currently on the market for pace control and alignment to get those stats perfect for you. Let's talk through putter fittings, the four key things, Dave, that you see at a putter fitting session.
You have lie angle, so how the club sits on the ground. Now, not how it sits when it's addressed, but how it sits when it hits the ball.
Right, so dynamic
lie angle. So if the putter's not flat on the ground, it's not going to deliver the head in a square manner.
Yeah, so and that's a key important part, that if you adjust the lie of the club, it gets the face square, it gets the grooves in line, it gets the ball rolling and on path. If that's the first one, then number two.
Probably I should have started with is length. So to get the length element of the putter right first, so you can actually get your hands and arms over the top of the ball, so you can visually see a straight line. If you're back from it or forward from it, your eyes are not going to sit in a straight line. One of the biggest faults in amateur golf.
It is, and we see it a lot. And if you're new to the channel, you're very welcome. Please subscribe. This is fitting information. It's how we fit golf clubs and how we perform fittings. And when it comes to putters, a great point that Dave made is you've got to get your eyes over the top of the ball when you're putting. So the length of the putter usually controls that position. So get the length right, get your eyes over the ball, and you will hold more putts consistently. That's a fact.
The major things that affect the golfers, because the first two are more technical, my end of things in a putter fittings environment, are alignment, pace control.
So we took this putter out and we had some putts up at Pelt's here at Killeen Castle, and where the greens are very consistent, we can actually see how that alignment worked. We can the top lines on top of this putter are extraordinarily good, and you love this shape. It's one of your comments was, God, it just feels like it's a rail, like it's like a railway track. Everything wants to stay on path. I guess the other element then is the high moment of inertia from this, the high MOI. It keeps the putter very stable, and we talked about this, phenomenal face balanced. Yes. You kept saying that word. God, it feels so balanced. Did you find that when people are testing it, that they find the same kind of balance from it?
I think what this putter does is it combines the last 10 years of what has been good in putter design from different manufacturers as well.
That's a great point.
And it kind of just merges them all into one thing. Now, from a putter's perspective, if the only reason that you wouldn't try or test this putter is if you didn't like it visually.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a big point, and I think you need to be careful of this. It's why it's important to maybe test different putters to see what you think about the shape of the putter. If you're not into the big shape, you might not like it, but you said, look, you should probably try it anyway.
Once it starts rolling putts in, you'll quickly get over what it looks like over less shots per round.
Speaking of rolling putts, the face on this thing is phenomenal. We spoke about this before, the ability to keep the roll and the skid. So let's talk about some of the data points from TrackMan 4 when we're doing the putters and doing the fittings. What's a good stat for people to look for in terms of that percentage of roll?
So as a general rule, tour average is about 85%. And what you tend to see with most people that come in with a putter that's maybe they're not overly good with, that stat, isn't right, or the lie, the length, all these factors are wrong. You tend to get a number in the 70s, maybe low 80s, where 85. But this product, I've regularly seen high 80s and at times up into 90s. So the percentage of the putt that is roll, the ball is rolling on a much quicker basis, on a much more consistent level.
Yeah, and we tested as well on TrackMan, but we also used their roll board, which is a brilliant visual to show, if the putter is skidding or bouncing before it rotates or before it rolls, it means the putt's out of control. Yeah. The key element behind this thing is, and certainly I would suspect most of the EvnRoll brand, to be fair, rolls the ball very quickly.
That's what it's there for.
That's what it's there for. And what it does is it creates this perfect roll symmetry. So you can get the ball rolling faster, it stays on track, and you will hold more putts as a result of it. Let's talk a little about the face, the grooves in the face. And I know you love this, the way that it operates, because it improves one of the key problems you find from your perspective. So let's pull Dave into the mix and let's talk about what you struggle with from the putting.
So from a distance control element, what I mean, if we miss traditionally with a normal putter, if we miss it off centre, we get varying control of speed. So we tend to
explain that. So if you hit the middle of the putter, the ball will go usually the furthest.
It tends to be its quickest speed.
Great.
So with this, it's actually the reverse. So they've tried to, with the groove, they've tried to slow the middle down and speed the outsides up. So where it's trying to get the ones which are normally short to go further and then bring the one that's normally long out of the middle and bring it back. So whether it's out of the toe of the heel or the centre, you tend to get very, very consistent distance control. And what we're looking for is kind of 6 inches rather than as a normal amateur, 1 foot.
Because if we miss the one down,
there's a chance we're missing the one back because it's either too short or too far away to make the next one simple. What this product does is it eliminates 3 putts real quick. You end up with, okay, I've missed it, fine, misread, missed bad stroke, whatever, but the next one's just a tap in.
So the EvnRoll ER10 Outback Putter got its name from the famous putter designer Geraint Rife. He's designed this bad boy, but the Outback piece comes from the fact that the back part, the back section, looks like a boomerang. Kind of a cool touch. The important part is though that this piece at the back, the silver part, is actually a milled steel, and it changes in weight depending on the length of the putter. The front section then, that black part, is aluminium, which gives it its lightweight, and then the heavy piece is at the back to create that high MOI story. The weighting at the back then is important because when you change the length of the putter, you can then change the weight as well. It's done for you, so you don't have to worry about it, but the 33 inch has obviously the heaviest, and then the 34 and 35 the weight scale, so that the putter balances perfectly based on the different lengths of putter. Kind of genius. We like it, Geraint. Thanks for that. So the practical stuff now. Well, the price point on this, it's been available in the US since December, but in Europe it's kind of coming towards the start of the year. So in January and February it'll be ready to rock. It's going to be about that 370 sterling mark, or 420 odd euros. And once it comes out, you're going to want to have to test this. We talked about earlier on about pace and alignment. I'm trying to figure out, do you suffer from more pace or alignment? Why don't you stick, if you're a pace or alignment, in the comments below. We've also done a review on EvnRoll's other putters. We've done the Tour Stroke and the ER5 hatchback. Maybe you might have a look at those. I'll put a link to those so you can check them out. So, hope you're enjoying the content. Please subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, and then you get notified when the videos go live. And until the next one, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching.